By all accounts, at least on the strength of his colleague's word, Jermaine Curtis Hyde, known amongst them as Onion, had no recognized enemies. Since being rehired a little over a year ago by the Department of Transport, he had been dedicated to his job at the bus terminal here in Belize City. On weekends, when he was not on duty, he spent time socializing at the Lodge Hall on Regent Street. In the early hours of January 27th, shortly before 5 a.m., Hyde's stock-still body was discovered just around the corner.
Police were called to Thurton Lane, where upon arrival they observed the motionless body of a male person lying face down with an apparent gunshot wound to the head. The person was identified as Jermaine Curtis Hyde, a 36-year-old Belizean of a Hattieville address. The investigation has shown that Mr. Hyde had just left from the Tacos place, which is located by the swing bridge, and was heading towards Thurton Lane when he was suddenly approached by an unknown male person who fired one single shot at him, causing the fatal injuries.
Arlene Banner, his co-worker for the past 8 years, was at work when an officer showed up to inquire about Hyde.
Saturday morning, me and my co-worker was sitting out there, and a police mobile came by, and they asked her if she know anybody named Onion. So she never knows, so she turned around and she said, Miss Banner, who that Onion? I tell her, hey, Mr. Hyde. So she said, no, Miss Banner. I tell her, yes, that's Mr. Hyde. So the police guy said, can I speak to you a minute? I said, sure. He said, what the guy name? I tell her, Heidi, we know as. I said, Heidi, we call her as. He said, okay. He said, could you identify her to me? I tell her, yes, Mr. Hyde, kind of slim, brown skin and kind of tallish, not too short. He said, okay then, and that was it. He didn't say anything else, and he drove off.
Moments earlier, Hyde's mother, Bernadette Longsworth, had been roused out of her sleep with news that her son had just been killed.
When the police called me after 4 and give me the information that they have and asked me if he's my son, because they find a dead body, a male person, with a gunshot wound in the back of his head, and that's all I knew.
Regrettably, that's just about all investigators know as well, aside from Hyde's routine of purchasing fast food from vendors at the foot of the swing bridge.
Up to now, we do not have anything to point out to say that he belonged to any gang or that he was involved in any illegal activities that might contribute to his death.
I have never have a problem with my son, with the law, like from he was a child to this moment. I never have nobody have to come at my door for none of my kids them. And I thank God for that. But right now, all I want is peace.
But why would Onion be marked for death? It's a question that remains unanswered for the time being. According to Banner, he was scheduled to arrive at work ahead of his 11:30 shift on Saturday.
He no miss work. If you work the night shift, he no miss. If you work the late night shift, where it be like from 7:30 till 4:30 in the morning, he no miss neither. He always punctual for work so far as I see it. When he get there, and if he go in a la child, he go in a la child. But once he do work, he do work. I don't know if he has somebody who will miss work if he just go out like that.
Police are no closer to cracking this case, as they have very little to go by. Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.